You will never hear this from somebody you work with. Because I don't know what's going on in the workplace, I'm not going to be engaged at work. You will never hear a team member, whether it's a department, a company, or even a sporting team say, because I don't know what's going on, I'm not engaged at work. What will happen is they just won't be engaged at work. When your team is not engaged, service, productivity, profitability, all head down the toilet. When your team's not engaged, services, productivity, and profitability all head down the toilet. This week, let me share with you what and why we need to share information with our team. This week, what and why we need to share information with our team. Plus, I've got an epiphany to share. An epiphany that I guarantee will help make you money and save customers. Welcome to JTInTheRaw, show 122, show 122. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Scotty Gresham. Good morning, Chantel. Good morning, Susan. Maddie Fletcher. Good morning. Who else is out there? I saw Deb's there. Good morning to you, mate. How is everybody? Give me a love heart if you're hearing me loud and clear this morning, and if you've had a cracking week. It's been a big week. Welcome to JTInTheRaw. For anyone new, this is where I chew the thin on business, and after 30 years in business, I have just a few thins to chew with you. Although every week I seem to learn something new, including this week's epiphany that I will share with you very shortly. But first, a shout out. And this, anyone in the fitness industry will not be surprised. My shout out goes to the Fitness Business Podcast. A huge congratulations to all of the team that is involved with the Fitness Business Podcast, particularly the amazing host Chantal. This week we cracked 200 shows, which is bloody amazing, and over 300,000 downloads. Without a doubt, we are the number one fitness business podcast on the planet. And without a doubt, there is only one way to judge whether you are a good podcast and whether you have traction as a podcast, and that is downloads. And we are cracking the download records. We are smashing it out of the park. So it's been a huge week for us at the Fitness Business Podcast. Huge congratulations to Chantel and all of our guests, all of the FBP family. It's been incredible. It's a great journey, onward and upward to 500 shows and 1 million downloads. That is the next target. Holy smoke, don't know how quickly we're going to get there, but that's what we're going to aim for. Now I got one favour to ask. One favour to ask, and that is this. If you're in the fitness industry, I want you to promise me today that you will go onto your Facebook feed, onto your news, whatever, your profile, and put check out www.fitnessbusinesspodcast.com. That's all I want you to do. Check out www.fitnessbusinesspodcast.com. I need that favour from you today. Please, I'm begging you. I never ask for favours on JTInTheRaw. If you know a personal trainer in the industry, please put fitnessbusinesspodcast.com on your newsfeed today. Please do that. I never ask for a favour. I'm just asking the favour this week to celebrate our 200 shows. That's it. That's my favour. Done. I might remind you of it at the end. Okay, here's my epiphany that I had this week. I was walking past my barber. Let me rephrase that. I was walking past my old barber, and I've been going to that barber for around about, morning Susan, morning Eugene, how are you? I've been going to that barber for around about 4 or 5 years. Now, I'm due for a haircut. I generally get a haircut every 3 weeks, maybe 4, but generally every 3. So let's imagine that is 3s into 52 goes 1. That's about 17 haircuts a year I would get. At 20 bucks a haircut or 25 bucks a haircut, 17, 20, 170. That's $3,500. Is that right? $3,500. Now, I haven't been back to that barber for around about a year. And I walked past him this week and I said, "G'day," and he said, "Hi," and that was the conversation. That was it. He never asked me, "Why haven't you been back? Where have you gone? What's happening?" Would have been a simple question because I could have given him some feedback on why I left him as a barber. And this morning I was talking to a couple of members in the gym, and they used to do a 6 a.m. class every week religiously. 6 a.m. every class every week religiously. And for the last 3 or 4 weeks, when I've been in the gym on a Friday morning, I've seen them not doing the class. And so I said to them, "How come you're not doing the class?" And they told me. I said, "Did anyone kind of ask?" And they said no. So here's my epiphany, ladies and gentlemen. Here's what it is. You all have customers who regularly use you. You all have customers who visit you. When their behaviour changes and they stop coming to a class or they stop using your services, what about asking them why? You see, I think there's a stat that says something like 7 out of 10 customers don't complain. They just don't come back. So I didn't complain to my barber. I just didn't go back. These two ladies, they didn't complain about the quality of class that they were participating in. They just didn't go back. How can we get better? How can we refine the service that we are delivering if we don't ask, how can we get better? Or why did you leave? I guarantee you this. If you start noticing when a customer who is a regular customer is not coming, and you pick up the phone or you go and see them, I guarantee you will get top quality information that will completely transform your business, because I bet there are other people thinking exactly the same thing. Exactly the same thing. And to be honest, it's just being bloody lazy not having that conversation with people. That group fitness instructor this morning should have grabbed those two ladies after the class and said, "So why have you stopped coming to my class?" The barber should have stopped me and said, "Why have you stopped getting your hair cut with me? I'm worth $3,500 to him a year. Why would he not ask that question?" Morning, Marcelo, down there in Hobart. Hope you're well down there in Tasmania, mate. It's really simple. Just ask the question. That's my epiphany, and I reckon if you walk away with just that from JTInTheRaw show 122, you will walk away with value. You will walk away with value. But I'm not stopping there on this week. Oh, no. I want to talk to you about sharing information. I want to talk to you about taking your team on the journey. I want you to talk to you about giving some ownership back to your team. You see, when your team are informed of what's happening in the business, you've got a much better chance of growing your business, much better chance of taking your department from point A to point B, from taking your sporting team from winning to winning by lots, or losing to winning, or by improving performance, taking them on the journey and sharing with them the important information about how we are traveling is critical. And there are 3 ways that I want to share this with you. The first one is, as long as the information is not confidential or harmful to anyone on the team, share it. Carrie Keppel, good morning, good evening. Hope you had a cracking URSA board meeting down there in New Orleans. It looked like you had fun at Stone Creek. Great to have you on board this morning, Carrie. As long as the information you are going to share with your team is not confidential, nor is it harmful, you should share it with your team. Obviously, companies like Google or Apple, they've got really strict confidential protocols, because of external markets, competition, etc., etc. Their projects are big, so they've got to keep it in-house. I get it. But my rule of thumb is this. As long as it's not confidential, as long as it's not harmful, then we can share it. What's more important to share is the information that is related to the company goals. We need to be telling our team how we are traveling each day, each week, each month in relation to where we are heading at the end of the period, whether that be the week, the day, the month, the year, the quarter, whatever it may be. We need to tell them. I love a daily meeting. I love a daily stand-up meeting inside an organisation to talk about our progress. I think that's a huge benefit to us. If not daily, then maybe look at a weekly one. We need to discuss, are we on target for hitting our goals? Or whether we did hit our goals. Remember, nothing will tell you more about your company's communication than speaking directly with people. When you are face-to-face with these people in your team, and you're having those stand-up meetings, you'll know more about what's happening in your team, what's happening in your company, what's happening in your department, than by just standing up and watching. So as long as it's not confidential, as long as it's not harmful, let's share that information. Let's have conversations with our team. Number two, why don't you just talk to your team? Talk to your team with the goal of connecting with your team, not separating them as team members. Have the goal of connecting with your team. You see, when you don't share what's going on in your business, people feel disconnected. They feel disengaged when you don't share what's happening within the business. And when they feel disconnected, when they feel disengaged, they struggle to collaborate. When they struggle to collaborate, we become less effective in the business, we become less productive, we become less motivated, and of course, at the end of the day, the business becomes less profitable. More importantly than anything else, is that if you're not communicating with your team what's happening in the business, they will make up their own story. They will simply make up their own shit and fill that void with whatever's going on. Communication in our business is the lubricant between all of our staff in order to grow the business. When you're not communicating, when you're not sharing what's happening, you are going to get disengaged team members. I had a marvellous meeting 2 weeks ago in Melbourne with a club, and they shared exactly the potential or what's happening in the business, and then they shared how each of the individuals within that company can grow as that company grows. There was no makeup. There was no void. It was like, here is how you can progress within our company. They gave a strategic career path for every single person within the company. That, to me, is crystal clear communication and why I would want to stay working with that company. Do you do the same thing for your employees? I've been waiting to talk about this topic for a while. I had to wait until my wife left where she was working. But the problem with where she worked was that they were making decisions up here and weren't communicating it down to the people down here. So the people, the grassroots dealing with the customers, they didn't know what was going on at corporate. So they were making up their own stuff. And as a result, they were all disengaged in the workplace. As a result, I think nearly 50% of the workplace has now left in the last 3 months. Massive staff turnover because they didn't know what was going on. So when you compare what my wife was going through compared to what I saw 2 weeks ago in another organisation, they are chalk and cheese. And I know which one I would want to work with and which one I would want to work for. I want to work for the company that shares what is happening in our growth strategies. I want to be able to see that career path. I want to understand it. Super powerful information. Alyssa, good morning. Do you like that one? Number 3. Here comes number 3. I want you to share with your team what will empower your team, not just feed your ego as the leader or the captain of the team. I want you to share what will empower your team. And you see, often what we do is we don't tell people how valuable they are within the team. If you've got team members that are helping the company achieve the goal, we need to tell them. We need to pat them on the back. We need to let them know what's going on. We need to share with them what they need to do to achieve the company goal, and we need to tell them when they do it. If what you're sharing doesn't achieve the company goal, then don't be surprised if people quit. If what we're telling them is not helping you achieve the goal, they're disengaged, they're going to leave. So I want us to think really clearly about this. I want us to be able to communicate with our team that is going to empower them to make decisions, empower them to progress, empower them to get better at their job and achieve more. Boom! That's it. JTInTheRaw show 122, talking to you about having your team start to drive the business by just understanding where the business is going. It's as simple as that. Keep your team engaged by communicating to them, and you will achieve many, many goals to come. Did you like it? If you got value out of this show, if this started to just tweak a few things in your head, give me a love heart right now. Whether you're watching live or on replay, let me know if this resonated for you in your business. Alrighty. Liam Walker up there in the Castle of New. Good to have you on board this morning, mate. Hope you're doing well. All right, what's happening this week for me? Well, today, for fitness people, I've got a Q&A for the Active Management members at 10 a.m. If you're not an Active Management member, put member in the comments below. I'll send you the link. You can become a member. And every month I do a Q&A for all our members. Then after that, I'm going to be working with a company for a couple of hours where we're going to be question storming, not brainstorming, question storming on how do we build a tribe and how do we put social into that tribe? How do we connect these human beings that are members and clients of their business? Can't wait for that. That is going to be super exciting. I've got some really cool stuff I'm going to be sharing with them, some research that I've done, and I really believe this is a blue ocean in business. It's connecting our customers to each other so that they hold each other accountable and so that they keep coming back and they keep working together. What else? Next week, I've got some coaching sessions, got a whole lot of coaching sessions. Some of you may know I did some 6-pack and 4-pack of coaching leading into Christmas and helping clubs and businesses plan for 2019. If you missed out on that, put coaching in the comments below and I'll send you a link, or we can have a chat about me doing some coaching with you between now and Christmas. I've also got 2 full days of working on the Industry Leaders Roundtable admin, getting organisation ready for 2019. If you're an independent fitness business owner or you know one, or if you're a personal trainer in New South Wales, then please put ILR in the comments below and we can talk about getting on board with this non-cookie cutter approach to business coaching. Put ILR in the comments below. And finally, what I'm doing next week is I'm going to be filming a professional development video on how to run effective meetings in your business. I'll fill you in on that next Friday. So it's a big week coming up. It's been JTInTheRaw show 122. Hope you've enjoyed it. Remember, I had one favour to ask of you. One favour this week. Please, whether you are watching. Morning, Sean. How are you, mate? Great to have you. Jules, how are you? I was sorry to hear about your loss, Jules. James Infantino down there in Melbourne, all jumping on at the last minute. I've got one favour to ask you, and that's this. If you are in the fitness industry or you know anybody who works in the fitness industry, please put on your Facebook feed today, or if you're watching on replay, whenever, I want you to put on your Facebook feed, check out fitnessbusinesspodcast.com, celebrating 200 shows. Check out fitnessbusinesspodcast.com, celebrating 200 shows. I really ask you for favors, so I'm begging you for this favor this week. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been tuned to JTInTheRaw Show 122, and let me finish with quote of the week. JP Richard. Great having you on board this morning as well. Let me finish with my quote of the week, and it's around communication in the team. Internal communication is one of the most important parts of building a successful team. Let me say that again. Internal communication is one of the most important parts of building a successful team. If you like that quote, give me a love heart right now. If this is one of the best quotes of the week that you've ever heard, give me a love heart right now. Hit that emoji. Internal communication is one of the most important parts of building a successful team. Thanks for tuning in to JTInTheRaw again. If you know anybody that could benefit from this show, please tag them in the comments below so it'll pop up on their newsfeed and they get to watch it and participate in all the fun that we have on this show every single week. Same time, every week. Ladies and gents, you've been tuned in to JTInTheRaw. I'm going to catch you. Oh, wait, before I say it, don't forget the favor, fitnessbusinesspodcast.com. I'll catch you on the flip side.